Three, two, one. Hey guys, it's at K Deuces, your sports bet queen, and we are back with another episode of Crooks and Books, a little late night special for you guys. We have some of my favorite co-hosts, whom you all already know, and I'm glad it's only Niner fans this week. You know what I mean? Screw
Oh
everyone else,
wow.
and they're not on.
I didn't think
So,
about it.
It's true.
Bobby Banks,
What
welcome back.
up? I'm alive.
And for those of you, he is a Niner fan. It's just he wore his classic tee for the Survivor, which
Vintage.
which we
Yeah,
took.
I wore my vintage Redskins shirt that the Great Washington team carried me through Survivor Week 1, and then it was a scare.
Yes,
It,
this is
it was a scare,
absolutely
and it was a
true.
slop fest. But we survived, baby. That's all that
Yes,
counts.
yes. And then we got Prado the Pointer, which is why we're late because shout out to Blessed by Surge or whatever. Is it Blessed by Surge? I forgot.
No, it's
I think it
blends.
Blends
blends,
by
Yeah,
Surge.
blends,
Yes.
baby.
blends.
Follow him. Blends with a DZ by
There you go.
Surge. Who is hey, show your haircut. I can't even see it, dude.
Yeah, I'll see it.
Oh, there
I,
you go.
I have to put my hair together.
There
Man,
you
you look pretty handsome, man. I'm not gonna
go.
lie.
All right, we're gonna go over some of the takeaways before we go through stats. I actually I don't know. I wanted to go first because I'm really disappointed in drafting fucking Aaron Rodgers and then for the fantasy, and then that's what happened. I mean, it's really unfortunate, obviously, that it happened to him, but I had this weird feeling that, like, I don't know, he might have like been able to just do it, but I guess it is a tear. And maybe it was a result from like what happened in camp or whatever. I didn't watch the last two episodes of Hard Knocks, so I don't know what happened to him or what has been happening. But I did win that fucking game though, that's for sure. And I took the alternate minus 3.5 because I thought obviously he was gonna play the whole game and I thought they were gonna win straight up and cover more than 3.5 with an alternate line. Other than that, I did take a live bet of under 45.5, obviously seeing how the game went. But
Straight under.
the other takeaway was obviously Bobby, I'll let him talk about it, but Survivor, I also chose Washington, which I thought was already like lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying, Bob? It was just like, dude, I don't even want to watch this game, but I have to watch it because YouTube has all the games divided now and you can actually see everything, which is awesome.
Sam
So,
Howell, huh? He's the truth, huh?
yeah,
Just a gamer.
it's crazy. It's crazy. It's game changing actually. So it's awesome. But yeah, that and I don't know. I would say like the Packers Bears game was pretty interesting, even though a lot of people thought that was boring. Obviously, Dolphins and Chargers were crazy. Raiders, Jimmy Garbaggio won. That's even more weirder than weird, but I guess it's not if you think about the Broncos and the way they're going. Yeah, those are some of my takeaways. Obviously, the Niners. I'm gonna let Prado and Bobby say that to you guys, but there's nothing to talk about with the Niners. They look unbeatable. And I could finally say that with so much courage without having to think about Jimmy G. So, all right, takeaways, Bobby. I'm going to let you go first since you haven't been on the show in a while.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to hum over my own team, San Francisco. Man, do we just keep looking better and better? Brock's just that stud. I think he has the highest QBR of the week, if I'm not
You
mistaken.
call him Glock
Uh,
Purdy?
oh yeah, my fantasy name is Glock Purdy because he's just got that dog in him. He's got that Glock in him. So I respect him, and our D line's looking damn good. Um, Let's see another takeaway. The voodoo that happened with that Bills Jets game. I can't even explain. I was watching, and even my wife, who's never watched a lick of
Yeah.
Jets football, uh, was on the couch with me, and she was like, "This QB is terrible." And I was like, "Yeah, he's. You know what?
Terrible.
That's a first round pick you're talking about."
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. I mean, that defense is no joke, though. I mean,
No joke.
um,
Yeah.
that was a hell of a win. I did end up taking Jets plus 2.5 before game time. I know I didn't
Right.
put it on the sheet, but I thought that was a quick donation with the Aaron Rodgers injury, but just
I
goes to
think
show
we
you
all
that, I
did,
mean,
right? We all did. And
yeah.
then the worst thing was the power went out at my house. So like all I know is that I went to Target to get like free, like AC and light, you feel me? And walk around with my daughter. And then like all I hear is Carlos calling me, "We won, we won. He took it all the way back." And I was like, "What?" And I literally yelled at Target, like the loudest yell ever, which I don't think anyone was there anyway because they're about to close, but crazy game. Crazy game.
Yeah, hell of a game. So hell of a way to end it, definitely, for week one with some drama.
Dramatic. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the games were also like games that you thought you've lost and then it found itself again. So, yeah, any other takeaways?
Let's see. You know what? I also think Jimmy Garoppolo had the fourth highest QBR, I believe, of the week. He looked pretty
What?
good. I mean,
This
I did
guy.
take a couple peeks in there because I mean, you gotta love Jimmy. I just have a crush on him. What do you want me to do? He's just a nice guy. But
Yeah.
yeah, he looks pretty good in that system. I do think they're gonna get down. They're gonna get dragged back down to earth with the Bills this week. But I'm excited to see what else comes in him in that structure for sure. But that's
Yeah.
it for me for the week.
All right. Prado, your turn.
The beautiful game that I will be touching on that was very funny was the Vikes. Uh, it was nice to see Tampa Bay from what was looking really bad to all of a sudden they had a chance, and Burke Buzzins became Burke Buzzins real quick. That was a
Mhm.
nice takeaway that the games that they were playing last year were just out of control. Like I'd bet against them, bet with them, bet against them, bet against them, never would win. And it was
Are you
nice
talking
to
about Burke Buzzins, you betting on Burke or
yeah, I
against?
bet with him and against him, and I never win. It was crazy. I think maybe I might have won one, but I was
Did
probably
he
like,
finally win on primetime last year? He did, right?
yeah, but he won
I think it
before that
did, yeah.
too.
Okay. Yeah, because that was a big deal, remember?
Yeah, I remember he finally snapped that streak. Speaking of prime time people, I think now Daniel Jones is like 0 for 9 on prime time.
Oh my God. Is he the next Burke Buzzins and he has to
He's
take
he's
classes
up
or
there
what?
like that. That was
He's pretty bad.
that was the worst game. I don't even know what the NFL thought about that game. Like
Well, they're
that
the
was
only
they,
ones that didn't score. Everybody else scored. Every single team except for the New York Giants scored.
yeah, I thought maybe they have a little bit of dignity and kick a field goal, but jeez, like
Nah, I think if they lose this game that's coming up next, they might just fire their coach.
and then a little interesting one was the Rams going into Seattle and literally knocking them right back into like reality. Like that was a little shocker for me. Even I was watching it and then I did a little in game on it because I was like, dude, the Rams actually look a lot better than the Seattle. And
Yeah.
someone's got to. I hope a linebacker or a safety literally knocks Metcalf out for like
Yeah, that
this.
was super that was
He
just
that's no, but that's who he is. He's like that. He finds people, then he just takes them out. Like, bro, like they're not even looking. You're good
yeah.
job. Like, what do you want
That's
to do?
sad though. That's like a real bully, like a real one.
He is. He just, you know what it is? That's not really a bully. He's more like just a poor sport. Just like dude, he
Yeah.
has.
Did he get a call for that or no?
One time he did, but like the other three or four, no.
Oh no, I'm talking about week 1. Did they say sportsman like
Yeah, he had a flag. He had a flag on it.
okay. Well, at
One
least
of them
they
though.
recognized that instead of just
And
letting it go.
the little takeaway was the Joe Burrows man. Yeah, Joe
Oh
Burrow's
yeah,
performance
I
was
forgot. Those
just
are
as bad as New York
That was
Giants.
pretty bad. And I
yeah,
don't
Yeah,
you
even think
gotta
that and I don't even think that Cleveland played all that well.
they
Cleveland played
didn't.
still was a
no,
good game, but yeah, Cincinnati, that was
dude.
self-inflicted. That was horrible.
And he
Probably the
said
worst
it
game
too.
ever.
He said it too, Bob. He said it. He was like, "Well, that's what you get when you don't play snaps in preseason." And you're just
Yeah,
like,
it's like I don't get why they say that. So it's like basically saying, "Oh, feel bad for me because I decided to hold out." Like, what does it mean?
yeah, like no, but it's like, dude, if you wanted to really be in there, then fucking be in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just telling the people what they already know. And you're basically saying like, hey, it's not my fault because I just didn't play preseason and that's what happens. It's like, okay, sure.
And in the last take, I will say this: everyone who took the Patriots, the probably worst bet I
I
mean,
won that by a
it
half.
it was a bad beat all around. Like if
Yeah.
everything,
It
everything.
doesn't matter if you won it by a half because you just felt bad for everybody else that took it with you that got it at the half point number that's lower or higher than you.
Well, second half Patriots lost, second half money line Patriots lost, Patriots money line lost, and the spread lost.
Yeah, the only reason why I won that was because I won it by a half, and that was just like getting away with it by the skin of my own teeth. You know what I mean? And it was just like, oh god. So, I mean, like I said, their defense looks great. It's just things were not working out. They had like the worst luck ever, and then
Just like
like,
Russell Wilson, he always has bad luck, right?
no, no, we know that's not bad luck.
He
He
sucks.
just sucks.
Yeah, but then like some coaching weirdness went down at Pat's, right? Where you're just like rethinking yourself. And then
Bill's drunk.
yeah, I'm just like sitting there like, okay, you have a great defense. This is the kind of coach you are. But why are we coaching like it's fucking like Tom Brady's back in the game? Because he ain't. He was there, but he's not back in the game. So I don't know. All right. Any other takeaways before we get going on the stats? Let me see. Okay, so stats for week 1, which I'm 9-3. That includes the Jets alternative and 45.5, and that is 75% for me. Brad was at 2-2. He's at 50%. Caleb is at 3-4, at 43%. Bob, I know you took different from what you did on the sheet, but you're actually at 28% at 2-5 from your original picks.
Got pounded. What can you do?
No, but you made some money though when you switched it out, right?
Of course.
He actually did very well.
And then you've got 4-3 at 57% for Prada the Pointer. And if you guys want our real-time picks, we have until 8:30 a.m. on Saturday, and we all get together, and someone from marketing does the email, and that email has everyone's picks with their percentage from the prior week. And if you sign up, it's free. We don't charge for anything. Obviously, these are our opinions, and it's www.thesportsbettingqueen.com. That's real time. That's like not what we're telling you on the show or maybe against our own selves, like, Bobby did this week or whatever. And I think
Yeah,
Brad did.
that's when you listen back and then you're like, ugh, I don't know why I said that.
I
Gotta
don't
delete
know if
that.
I'm right.
Gotta fade
Yeah.
myself.
Like that Dallas one, huh? That was one
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. I said.
Oh man, they're over there living like they're King Kong. I hope they lose this week too. But anyway, um next we're gonna go over the what are we doing? Oh yeah, the games. And so Thursday night, that is tomorrow, Vikings versus Eagles, and I believe it's at Eagles, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And
Yep.
the spread is 6, and obviously we know who's favored, unless you don't think so, but 49 is the over under. So Bobby, you have Philly -6. Tell us why. Is it because of the defense, or what are we doing?
I mean, defense is always solid. They're actually a little hurt on defense. I know Fletcher Cox is questionable. I think Bradbury's out, and then they have what's the other guy? Blankenship, he's out. So I think that's pretty. I'm pretty sure that's why the line went down as well. But I mean, I'm sure you can ask your other co-hosts there in the red and white there, where any chance I'm going to take to fade Vikings, especially in prime time, I'm going to take it. And they were by far the luckiest team last year, and they're going to continue to be the luckiest team. And if Kirk Cousins continues to play the way he is going to play, when you have teams as good as the Eagles to be able to
Yeah.
take advantage of your mistakes, they're gonna shove it in your face. So
Yeah.
I think that they can very well start 0-2 here, start the season,
Yeah,
especially
they
when
had
the
some
Eagles are
high
at home.
moments. You're right. They
Yeah.
had some high moments last year. And even the year before that, they were building up to their high moment. Then they just, obviously didn't make it through. But Prado, your Eagles -6 as well. So Eagles are going to cover. They barely covered, or some would say they did cover, right, for their last game. So now they're gonna cover. What do you think? What do you tell us?
The Kobe Dean, I think, is out too. He's out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out for a while. He's a big playmaker. But the Vikes lost their center last game
Bradbury.
and their tackle.
Yeah, Bradbury's out, and then they have that Marcus Davenport is questionable right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys here. I just think that Vikings just suck. Nothing else to think about. They just suck. If Kirk Cousins beat me, good job. Like I'm not being fooled by this guy. This guy just
What's crazy too is that like they asked I think it was ESPN asked what's his name, Jefferson, like if he's gonna change up his dance since it's been a couple years. And he was like, you'll just have to see for week 1. And it's like we never saw because he never got anything. So I don't know.
yeah.
He was being really like, like, hey, I'm the shit. So like you'll just have to see. It's like nobody got to see it.
I think what's going on there is that they know Kirk's not going to be there next year. I think everyone's kind of like sick of it. He's made so much money with one playoff win, and it's like to the point where they're like, that's how I feel they're going to play this season. They're not going to be a contender in the North, and they'll just be like, dude, get him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, he's not coming back. He's not resigning, and this will be his last year. And being that it's his last year, he will be playing as piss poor as he played last game.
It's all going to be like the Jets take Burke, but I'm just joking.
I mean, I guess they kind of could.
Well, they turned down Colin Kaepernick very quickly. So
I don't even know why he still asks for a job.
I know. He has to try.
If you never ask, the answer is always no.
Yeah, he has to try. Exactly what Bobby said. I don't really have a feel for the game tomorrow because I despise both teams. So to me, I feel like taking the total is probably a good idea, even though 49 is like such a weird, odd number. I just feel like if you get it live, it might just go under just for the fact that it could be a beatdown, right? But then you have to rely on the fact that it's on prime time, shit happens, there's calls. You're probably going to get something for Vikings, even though you don't want to. So I don't know. I just don't have a grasp on like, I don't want to take +6 Vikings because it just seems like a sweat. So you guys will find out from me if I am going to take anything on the total, though. If anything, I am going to go with the total instead of just the spread.
3 primetime unders in a row, by the way.
All right. Good to know. Good to trend. I don't have anything from Caleb or Big Pick on this one. He did put in his picks though. So for the next game, going into Chargers versus Titans, I think it's in Tennessee. It will be, because the Rams are going to SoFi. I mean, not the Rams, the 49ers. So LA Chargers versus Titans, spread is 3, totals 45. Big Pick Brad is a homer. He's going to take -3.5. His team, they kind of fucking lost that game. I didn't really see too much of it. I would have loved Brad to talk about what happened on the Dolphins Chargers game and how close it was. Obviously the over hit. But Bobby, you're taking Chargers with Brad?
Oh, you're on your mic.
Oh, might be on mute.
Oh, sorry. I put a Chargers question mark in there because I'm waiting to see the status about Austin Eckler because I know he's a big piece of that offense. But I really do want to. He's questionable. He's like it's like a hard questionable on him. They said we'll know the status by the end of the week. So if he's not in, then it's Joshua Kelly's the next man up.
Ooh.
So Yeah, so I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to go on there because I know that that pulls a big piece of the puzzle in terms of the Chargers. I know they can move the ball, and I know the Titans are a little bit of a mess right now, but it would be a good spot to take them, especially after a close one after
Yeah,
Miami.
you know what? I think
So
Chargers win this because they didn't win the last one, obviously because that was a fucking shootout. I don't think the Titans have any shootout mental. Like the game that I watched was horrible. I mean, they were covering the whole time, but it was a baseball score, you guys. Like, what the fuck happened to the Titans? But then again, I am
They're
talking about
they're built like that. They're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah, they've always
affect
kind of been
teams.
like a boring team, a team that you kind of
yes.
like they win in the trenches.
No, I
Yep.
mean
So
they became relevant, obviously when they went against KC and all that stuff. That's at the end of the year. But like I just I'm like sitting here like Chargers are gonna freaking pound you if they have what they have and they play like they play. Which it depends on who's hungrier, but I guess it is in Tennessee, so think of that. I would take the Chargers. I don't know. To
it's
me.
just Tannehill. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to put your
Yeah.
faith in Tannehill, and that's just not
QB
not what it once was.
coaching's weird, but you got pretty much the same mediocrity over there.
Well, the Chargers are just always doing Charger like things. They'll be up on everybody and then they'll
Hmm.
find a way to piss it away.
So it might be first half Chargers. Never know.
Could be a lopsided game. I could see like
All right.
something weird. I mean, I like them. I like the Chargers too in here, but I'm just a little afraid of that.
No, I just think that like that was a scare with the Titans to cover that fucking spread, but they covered.
Absolutely.
Nothing I can say. So, um, all right, Packers versus Falcons. This will be an interesting game. One is the spread, and then over under total 40 and a half. God, I feel like the over is like pretty easy here, but I don't know. Am I asking for too much? It's Atlanta. They have
I think
some
the
good
Packers get rocked here, but I don't know if I want to put my faith in Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, Ritter sucks. I mean, their team is good, but Ritter sucks. Probably people don't know this, but like they have one of the best tackles in the game. Is it tackle or is it guard? Chris Lindstrom? Let me look him up.
I
And they
still
just
think
pound
there's
the
a
rock
lot
on
of
you.
mistakes happening here.
Yeah, guard. Sorry, they have one of the best guards in all of NFL.
It'll be pretty close. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't have any. I
Chris
guess
Lindstrom,
I would
Yeah.
just go with the total.
Boston College.
Yep. I kind of want to bet the Falcons because they just have a crazy running attack. Like I like
Yeah,
their
they do.
Yeah,
They're
that's the only
they're a
reason why I'm
scrappy
saying it's
team.
an over because the Packers will score.
and
So
the Falcons were, I think, they opened up as the favorite, by the way,
Yeah, they did.
and they flipped that right away.
well, I might just take something like that at the end
Have to
for
wait and
misery.
see.
All right.
I
So
think I think this is a good opportunity to sell high on the Packers right now in this spot after they just put a beating on a
you're putting
Chicago
it on
team
the
that
wrong line,
was
buddy.
never in it. So
All right. I'm going to go with Colts versus Texans. Same number as 1. And then total is 39. Prado, you're putting your line on the wrong one. You're putting it under special guest. I mean, you could be my special guest, but you already have your own line.
Oh, I see it. It says D'Amico Large.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of D'Amico Large, you and Big Pick have the same pick. He's gonna take Texans money line, and you're gonna take just money line spread. What are you doing here?
wow,
I'm taking I'll take both, but I like the Tennessee Titans. I mean the Texans. They did a damn good job last week. They actually shocked me. They literally gave Baltimore a run for their money. I cover that, but like I'm no fool. If I cover, I know I had no business covering. That game was one that I had no business covering. And I think
yep.
the D'Amico Ryans are going to come out and just play some smash mouth defense like they did last week and put Richardson in his place, and he's going to be seeing ghost, and there's going to be a, you know, A double-digit lead. This could be a nice alternate spread game.
Is this
Right.
CJ Stroud versus Anthony Richardson?
Yes, the rookie battle.
Wow.
Like, you know what's crazy about this matchup? One of them's got to win. I mean, I guess technically now they could tie.
All right. I'm not taking anything in that game. It's weird, and I
Wow.
don't like weirdness.
Another
Usually,
game
I
where
usually I like betting garbage games. I don't know if I want to bet this game. It's kind of
it's because
garbage.
Texans open
I'm
up
just
as a
not into
minus
it.
one and a half favorite, and then they switched right away because of the whole like, oh, Richardson looked good last game.
Is he good to go? I know Richardson. It was like he got out like towards the end of the game.
Literally like the third to last play of the game on offense, he went out. I think he will be, but I mean, if he's not, even better.
Ugh. All right, let's
The
move on.
D'Amico's.
Let's move on to Seahawks Lions. 47 is the total, and the spread is 5. Now, I got something to say a little bit about.
Actually, I forgot to put this one in.
Huh?
I forgot to put this one in.
Oh, well, I have something you can put it in while I talk. Um, I think like honestly, I know everyone's like, I mean, of course, I was hype on the Lions at the end of last year, but like I feel like Casey just obviously they had a bad game. Okay. Lions are good, but I just think like obviously they beat them, duh, by a point. I just think Casey had a bad game. And it doesn't mean the Lions are actually really, really like that great. I think they're good, but I don't think they're like great. Obviously, they beat the champs, good ups, good, great job. But like, I have this like weird thing. Like, I know they're good. I know they're hype or whatever, but I don't know. And maybe, Seahawks, Lions, they're on a roll. They probably beat them, but I feel like it's probably a good idea to take the Seahawks here because they're indoor. They're going to be in Detroit, right? I think.
Yep.
So we all know Metcalf could put on a show and run, even though we don't like his sportsmanship. So it might be a good idea to take plus 5.5. But that's just me. But Bobby, you think minus 5.5 they're going to cover because they don't have any injuries, right? I don't think
Ooh,
so.
Lions?
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. They're pretty healthy right now. I think
And they're
Seattle. I
home,
think.
so
I
yeah.
think.
Seattle has a little
I
bit of
think.
people on there.
Yeah, I know. I think Seattle has their starting right tackle is actually out on IR.
Oh,
So no, Seattle's a little bit beat. I think the Lions start 2-0 here,
yeah.
especially at
You
home.
think
I
it
think they
goes
start
over?
really strong. They're. I'm the wrong person to ask for totals.
It sounds like it would though. You know what I mean? Because if he has Amon Ra, okay, they can score. And if Gino connects the ball with DK, the weather's not a factor because they're indoors. I think it could very well go over. I just don't know how close this spread is going to be. That's all.
Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely a pretty interesting game. I think Jared Goff is going to have to beat Seattle through the air, and Lions front is their front line is solid, and they looked pretty stout against KC. Granted, KC didn't play the best game, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean the defense for Detroit looks pretty solid. So um,
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna
you said
I'm
they're
gonna take
missing. Yeah, Seahawks are missing somebody on the line.
yeah.
That might be a big factor too. Well, we'll see if Gino starts doing Gino things. You know what I mean? So, all right. I don't have anything for Caleb or Big Pick on this. Then you guys have my opinion. Let's move over to Bears versus Tampa
Wait, you
Bay.
forgot me.
Oh, sorry. I did say sorry. It's because I saw yours. All right, go ahead. Seattle repeat. They beat them already or covered. Actually,
Yes,
they're not
last
covered.
year this game opened up as the Detroit as a -5 favorite, went down to 3 by game time. Final score 48, Seattle 45, Detroit. Metcalf went for a nice 149. Mr. Penny had 17 carries for 151, 2 tugs. And this will be a coming to reality Detroit game.
that they might have just had they might have had a good game against a bad game team.
Yeah, that and like I mean, it just give me the non-hype team. Seattle played bad last week, as bad as it gets. But if
They
you want
played
to
really
team,
good there, though. Like in the
if
race.
the receivers catch the ball, it's probably a high-scoring game next week or last week. But I mean, as much as I hate Seattle,
Mm.
Seattle's the play.
All right,
Are
let's
we
go
gonna see
with.
some Charbonnet?
I
This
know
is
I
the week of
want to.
Charbonnet.
I want to Charbonnet in my cup. I don't got the cup right now.
They averaged 2 touchdowns a quarter last time they played the Seattle.
Oh my god. Okay, Bears versus Tampa Baker. Oh my god, 2.5 over it, under total 41. Lil Bears money line Prado.
I like the
Damn,
Bears
Justin
here a little bit.
Fields.
Yeah, I like the money line. The Bears bounce back. This is a bounce back week, overreaction. This is where the bettors think they're really good, and then they get fucking a piece of fucking reality. Like the Vikings game, another game. I say Tampa played like shit. I wanted Baker to get benched. He comes out, wins. He comes now. He's what is he? He's going home. But I do know a
Um,
stat that indicates the Bears are like really bad in Tampa too. So
Oh,
that's the only thing that kind of scares me, but I feel like it's a
I'm
good bounce
out.
back.
I can't take any Bears games. Sorry. I try see at the moment that I wanted to last week. I know you guys listened to it. If you re-listen to yourself, I said if I take the Bears this week versus the Packers, chances are they're gonna fucking lose. And that's what happened. I didn't take them, but I thought about it. So I'm done. I can't do it. There's no
No,
Bears.
history said that you had to take Packers because the fucking absolute lopsided like rivalry there, huh? 9 in a row.
Yeah, but I wanted to go against, is what I'm saying. I was gonna take the Bears because I was talking myself into it. I was talking to you guys, and then I was like, "What the fuck am I thinking here?" And removed it. Um, yeah, I don't have anything on them. Anyway, I'm gonna skip over this game since we don't have anything, but you guys can talk about it. Raiders versus Bills. I know Bob, you already talked about it a little bit, but
I
the
think the
spread
Raiders are
is
gonna get blown out
nine.
here,
The
but
spread
I
is
don't know if
nine
I'd put
and
it in
a
there.
half, guys. 9.5, and the total is 47. Now, 9.5 is a huge spread. I don't care what anyone says. And you can have a bad game or you could just be terrible. And I think the Bills are terrible. Like, yeah, okay, they have their little structure, but like, damn, that's not just a bad game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Josh Allen admitting to his faults, but
Josh Allen sucks. How about that? Again, like
I
just call
just
it
said
how it
that.
is. He sucks.
I just said that. Like people are saying he had a bad game. I'm like, a bad game is how KC played Detroit. If you're terrible, that's how the Bills played the Jets. Like you're
How about the
terrible.
fun stat of Mr. Josh Allen? 0-5 in overtime.
Overtime. Yeah, guy gets the rule. Guy gets the overtime rules changed for him. Still loses.
Still loses. Damn, I didn't think about that. He made the
He
overtime rule
did.
and has not yet to win
Yep.
it.
Yep. Because it hasn't happened anymore than it
Give me
has.
the Jimmy G's.
Oh my god, hell no, dude. I can't. I'm not
No, I don't
even
think
just for
I
the
don't. I think the
misery of
Raiders
it.
get schmopped here, bro.
Yeah. For the misery of it, we're all gonna be texting each other like, oh yeah, we took the Raiders plus nine.
I don't know if the
Yep,
Bills know how to beat anyone like that. How about that?
they might know how to beat the Raiders.
They
I
might.
just think 9.5 is a huge spread for the Bills to cover. Like they're so mad that they're gonna take it out on the Raiders, and the
I mean,
Raiders ain't gonna do anything.
at the end of the day, the Jets are in it because of their defense. I mean, that defense is stout, right? When it comes to
Yeah.
defending against the air and stopping the run. When was the last time you even heard of a Raiders shutdown corner?
Charles Woodson.
I mean, I'm not saying that the Raiders can't keep up, but like it sounds like you're just stupid if you don't take the 9.5 plus. Like it's basically plus 10. It's probably gonna
Listen,
go.
the way to blow them out of the water is force Jimmy to beat you through the air, and if he can beat you through the air, tip your cap.
Just give him the respect that he deserves, huh?
That's
Yep,
right.
porn
Goddamn
star
winner,
Jimmy
Super
in a
Bowl
porn
winner.
star world now,
Guy's got a ring, man.
2 of them.
but he
He's got
didn't
two of them.
get with
He's
us.
got 2. Almost had 3.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! All right,
Oh,
let's go with KC versus Jags. Ooh, kind of a good game. 3.5 is the spread, and then total is over under 51. Big Pig is gonna take his business as usual that lost last week. KC minus 3.5. He wants to run it back. They're gonna cover and do their thing. Bobby, they're gonna do exactly what I said. Is that what you're thinking, or what are we doing here? Bad game. KC comes back on
Yeah,
a
1, 2, 3,
Jags.
4, 5, 6. Damn, 7 in a row. Kansas City has beat the Jags.
yeah, I was
7.
trying to look at that right now. I was trying to look at that like Trevor Lawrence and his history. I think they've technically played him tough.
They won
Um
20, 27-20, 10-point spread, 27-17, 10-point spread push, and then 40-26.
yeah. I mean, you got Chris Jones back. I mean, on a 1 year deal, which is kind of weird. I don't really understand that holdout only to get a 1 year deal.
He lost 3 mil on that holdout.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
very.
I mean, Travis Kelce is back now,
Is
supposedly,
he?
right? I
Is
mean,
he
in
for
the air.
Well,
sure?
he's dating Taylor Swift supposedly. So
No way. Is he
yeah,
really?
yeah. Even Pat McAfee talked about it. Everyone's been talking about it.
What?
Rumors. So he went to the Taylor Swift concert, and there's a friendship bracelet thing that you give to people that if you want to be their friend or whatever, it's her thing. But he
Oh,
made a friendship
nice,
bracelet for her and wanted to give it to her with his phone number on it. So
nice.
apparently that happened. He talks about it on his podcast, but now there's rumors that they're being seen, out and stuff like that. So if they date each other, that's gonna be
I got 2 words for him.
what is
Runaway.
Fuck him.
it?
Oh,
Seriously, fuck him. Fuck Travis Kelce.
yep.
I love it.
I got love for
Um,
Jacksonville. I really like Jacksonville this season. I mean, I know you guys touched on it last week, but I would marry the Jacksonville Jaguars. I
oh,
like
there
them a
you
lot,
go.
but I
Oh
think that
yeah,
this is
tell
going
us
to
who
be a
yeah, okay, so you would marry Jacksonville and then who'd you kill off? The Raiders. Just kidding.
uh the Raiders. No, who would I kill off? I'm not sure actually who I'd kill off. I'd probably kill the Cowboys, to be honest. I think they're on a downward. Either the Cowboys or Cincinnati. I think both of them. One of them's going to crash.
It's
I
Cincinnati.
just don't know which
Cincinnati
one.
Who
over
would you fuck around with? Like you wouldn't marry them, but you'd fuck around with them. Like fuck around with the team a little bit.
I love flirting with the Raiders, man. They're fun.
It's
They're one of my favorite teams.
because of Jimmy G, bro. The crush is there.
Yeah, I just want to see him succeed. Is that horrible to say? I just want
because
to
he's
see the
not. You
guy
know
win.
why? You know why? My buddy tells me this too. Because he's a fucking class act. That's the
He's a
reason
class act.
he is.
He's a Travis Matthew ambassador. The guy just knows when to talk, knows when to shut up. You know, he just like he's the perfect spokesman
He
ever.
He
is.
is. He looks like a Ken doll.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's a stud.
like an Italian stallion Ken doll. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If Ken was Italian, that's what he would look like. Okay, so I don't have anything on Casey Jags, but chances are, knowing Pat the way he is, he's not gonna lose another game. I mean, if he can control it, you know. So we'll see. Raven, and they still need to keep relevant, obviously, because he is Golden Boy.
I'll be a game time decision
Yeah,
on that one,
yeah.
just in case. Just in case.
All right,
He's taking Kansas City, folks. Don't let it get it twisted.
Ravens versus Bengals.
Give me
Teams
cat.
we're just talking about. 3 is the spread. Over under total is 46. God. What?
Give me the Ravens.
Yeah, you
Give me
want to
the
know a stat
banged
about
up
them?
Ravens. They're the most injured team in NFL. Doesn't matter. Give me the Ravens.
They're 18-3-1 as a dog.
Yeah, in their last 24, something like that, right?
Yeah, isn't that
That's the
crazy?
most insane stat. I heard that earlier today too.
That is
That's
pretty insane.
ridiculous. How do you argue against something like that?
You can't.
Exactly.
There's no arguing.
What's that hitting at? Like 93%, 92%?
Bro, all I know is secretly the Baltimore Ravens literally fucking make people money if you know how to bet them. I mean, fuck, they had a 24 game winning streak
Yeah,
in
they did.
preseason.
They did. That's why the Baltimore Ravens are who they are. Um, I just can't trust. You don't bounce back from the week after, say after admitting that you didn't play any snaps in preseason and think that you're going to be okay. You have to keep working at it. So I don't see the mental breakdown there with Bengals and the way they were like running plays. It was just stupid. So Ravens got it together. So I don't know why people would even think the Ravens could lose this game. Maybe because they're at Bengals, right? Is that why?
Yeah, they could. You know what it is? They've dominated them. I looked at it. I was wondering the same thing. They've Cincinnati low key owns them. They won 4 out of the last 5.
Gotcha. But that's with him playing snaps in preseason and not losing like he did before. So
Well, 24-17, that was a playoff, 27-16, and then they lost 19-17. Then they got their ass beat 41-21, 41-17.
so this might just be a funny game, which is why in funny games they give you a
Yes.
spread of 3. Okay.
Hmm.
That's interesting. All right.
GTD.
I don't really have anything on that. I think that for me is going to be a GTD because the Ravens and this spread of 3 is funny to me. I can't do it. And they did lose a couple of people, obviously the most injured, like you said. So man. All right. 2 sucky teams coming up. New York Giants versus Arizona. 5.5 is the spread, and total is over under 40. Now, Bobby, you're gonna run it back with New York
Guys, they
Giants.
can't be that bad, all right?
They're gonna
There's no
skip.
way. There's no way. There's no way they get embarrassed 2 weeks in a row. Come on, Dabble. You have some exactly there it is. Have some dignity. Oh, have some respect. This is the have
Where
some
this is
respect.
the part, yeah, where you say, where I think it's you and Prado. You guys always say like, they're still professional football players. They've got
Yeah,
it.
they're still professionals. Yeah, this is definitely a good spot for him. And any chance I can take to fade. What is it? What's the quarterback for Arizona?
Dobbs.
Dobbs. I mean, come on,
And they're
get him out.
oh so cheerful coach.
Could be a nice little survivor.
That's what I was gonna say too. And why? I mean, believe it or not, it's a little nasty, but get him out of the way.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they might suck the rest of the season.
Yep.
Um, I don't know. I don't have anything on that game, and I don't want any misery either. Not in that one. I'm good, guys. I can skip out. Next game, I'm definitely taking. I don't give 2 fucks. 49ers versus Rams. Um, obviously, the total is 44.5, but the spread is 8. Super Homer -8. Prado, are you going to go -8, or what are you doing with this?
Well, I took the under last week, and I'm noticing right now, just as I looked at it, it was 44.5 now. So it's now up 3 points from last week. And I got absolutely lucky if I've ever seen one. Like, what was the score? 27-7.5. I need 14 points and I get smoked. They scored 10 points. And you better believe I double down at halftime because that's what I do when I'm in those situations. I'm like, okay, they can't keep going up, can they? And I got lucky. So now I'm looking at this 44, so I'm taking the over.
Okay. But your team wins, right?
Yeah, just probably an annihilation. The only thing I have a little bit of respect about Rams when I watched them last week, their little wide receivers were fucking out there balling.
Puka,
Not
Puka
with that
Nakua,
defense.
Nakua, Tutu
And then
Atwell.
there's the
Puka
Adewula, or whatever his name is, number 5.
Nakua.
There's Puka Nakua. There's Tutu Atwell.
There he is, Atwell. Yeah, he was balling.
Yeah, all
Okay, so I just think Oh, by the way, all the Niner fans are gonna go in their home
All
jersey.
right, so it'll be some. Damn,
Oh yeah, for sure.
what's their record too against
Did
the
you know
head?
that? Did you guys know that? They're all
What?
all the Niner fans that are going to the game are gonna go in their home jerseys. To
Oh, they're the red jerseys.
yeah, to like diss, you know what I'm saying? The
To
fake
red out
LA
the
fan.
stadium.
It's disgusting as I'm looking at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 9 times the Niners won, but the one the Rams won was to get to the Super Bowl.
I know.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
It's
the,
disgusting.
the
You
NFC
don't want to
Championship
look
game.
at it. You don't want to look at it.
The Jaquiski
Jeez.
Tart fucking
And it
drop
was on my
interception.
birthday. So I'm not, I really, you
Ugh.
know what I
Eight and
mean?
two, last 10.
Yeah, so the Niners, but then like you have, they still have Aaron Donald. Okay. So you got to watch out for that. And that's part of the total because, it's going to take Brock a little bit of time to figure out what's going to happen and how they're controlling him on that side. So we'll see. We'll see. I do
Drake
think
Jackson balled out last week. My
I
God.
do think we get away with it just because they have injuries, we don't, and then we also have CMC. So we got a lot more weapons than they do. They could show up and put up a fight, but the weapons and the quantity of it, you can't win.
35-14. That's what's going to happen here. Something like that. 35-17. Something in that realm.
All right. Jets
Well,
versus
last time we played him was 31-14.
well,
See?
yeah. I mean, Bobby, did you have anything else to say? Sorry.
No, we're just gonna. Anyone who watched the Niner game last week and you can
Unbeatable.
just make that decision himself.
My
We're
poor
just gonna make a
Pittsburgh fans
super.
out there just were very quiet.
Oh
Very.
yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
went to Ace Hardware and got the fattest
hey.
rope they could.
I wish he was on the show. I know he's doing his own stuff, but
That was. I
gotta
heard him on
tell
the. I heard him
Al.
on the phone earlier all the time. I was like, "Hey man, what about this week? It's a good spot." And he said they're gonna get their breaks beaten in by the Browns.
And that means the Steelers are gonna win.
Might be the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, because whenever he says that, if you guys haven't noticed on the sheet, he
Yeah,
always wins.
that's true.
Or his
Steelers
team.
money line.
All right, let's go with Jets, Cowboys, DDB. 9.5 is the spread. Oh, another 9.5 spread. And then
This
for the
could be a good spot, believe it or not, for the Jets. But as bad as this sounds, it's a good spot, especially after that abysmal Cowboys game.
yeah, because they might
Hmm.
be really high on themselves. I don't know. I can't.
Honestly, I'm not gonna. I can't stand the Cowboys, but I'll say this. So if remember last year when the Bungles played at the Cowboys and it was Cooper Rush game.
Yes.
Cooper Rush beat the shit out of fucking Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there's going to be some kind of like something that relates to this in that sense. But the Cowboys defense,
Everybody is doubting, the Cowboys based on the quote unquote
no,
script.
their defense is legit. Like there's no
Yeah.
bullshit about that. Their
We know
defense
that.
is
We know that.
legit.
We know that. But what I'm saying is everyone hates, there's a lot of people that hate the Cowboys, there are a lot of people that love the Cowboys, but they doubt that the Cowboys will get any further. To me, if you're flipping the script, you're going to take the Cowboys a little bit further.
No, they're gonna win. I don't think they're gonna lose this game.
Yeah.
But like that.
Yeah.
But Dak honestly didn't impress me last game. It was mainly the
Yeah.
defense, and he
Yeah,
still
it's all
looks
deep.
like that. He does still look like the average bum.
Yeah. Okay, so nothing on that. I don't have anything on Washington Broncos. That's a 3.5 spread, and the total's 39. Washington defense is great. They could annihilate Russell Wilson for all I care, but I don't know. And it's still Rivera at coach, and then you got Sean Payton, but he can't do everything like he would want to because he's not putting on a uniform. So I don't know. It's
I
just
think
I
this is
mean,
a good week to take maybe the Broncos.
Russ has got to win, right?
It's not even that. Sam Howell, like he, obviously he's gonna gel into the position, but like he's got to go to Broncos up in that elevation. Like
Yeah. Denver's hard.
It's not looking too good. You're right.
Yeah, at least the Raiders know Denver, and they've had really good success
Well,
against.
if you want the Broncos to win, take them by all means. But I wouldn't take the spread. It's just very untrustworthy.
Looks like a blowout line, if you ask me. They'll be like, and the Broncos are up
Oh,
20
because
to
he
3.
has Sutton and all that stuff, and everybody else that he can
Wow.
pass to.
I don't know if they're capable of putting up 20 points. Maybe 17-7.
Yeah. Anyway, um, Sunday night football is Dolphins versus Pats. I feel like we're in the same situation. Um, it doesn't make a difference. And then 46 and a half. I
And
just
Pat's second home game in a row. Kind of got to go Pats a little bit, huh?
I can't. I'm a Tua person, so I can't.
Give me the hoodies.
No,
See,
I can't run it back with maybe I
it
will.
is the play. It is.
Maybe I
It
will.
is.
But we say that every single fucking game, and then we like want to
It's
throw the
the
fucking hoodie.
same
It's
line
yeah.
as last week.
It's the exact same thing.
Sunday Night Football, do not give us the bullshit you did to us last
Yeah.
week. That was absolutely fucking embarrassing.
All right.
And it's going to be real tough to not only start 0-2, but to start 0-2 from your home field. That's a little hard.
Yeah,
And their defense played
you're
really
tired
good.
now.
I just hope it doesn't rain. I hate the fucking rain in football.
If it rains, it's over. Done. Set.
Yeah, then I'm not. Then I'm gonna take the Tuas.
Yeah. Okay, so we have two games on Monday because it was supposed to be on Tuesday when we had back then in the beginning where they did Monday, Tuesday games, but now we can't do that. So they're gonna do the games 1 hour apart. So Monday at 7:15 p.m., right? Is it 7:15?
Is it?
It's 4:15 our time. Or it's one of those things. It's like I switched it out. I don't know, guys. It's definitely an hour apart. If it's 5:15 usually,
Oh
then
yeah,
it's
yeah, I
like,
see
you know
it.
what I mean? 4:15. Okay, so Saints versus Panthers. The spread is 3 and the total is 39 and a half. Prado's gonna do the Saints or the Aints -3. Why is it the Aints?
Because they gotta get
Right.
they gotta give me a little bit more respect out there, and they'll become the Saints again.
But it's -3, so you are giving them the respect.
No, I mean it just because I bet them like they're a good team. That was a good game. There was a lot of bullshit that happened to go against them, no problem. But they got the dub and they won. And we failed to mention this, but all the first time quarterbacks all got a dub in their new uniforms. Mr. Carr got his, Jimmy got his, and someone else got their debut too in their new uniform. So I mean,
Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, I guess he kind of did. You're right. And
The
then there was someone
highlights of like 5 seconds of his whole
Baker.
career.
Baker did.
So all the veterans in their new uniforms and all the rookies in their new uniforms lost.
Yep.
Nice.
Hmm.
Right.
Carolina sucks. Just the biggest mistake Carolina did was drafting that quarterback. I'm gonna go out on the record and say it. Like he's not good. He's not good.
Okay, so it's the Aints on -3, and then you've got nothing for everybody else. It's probably going to be game time, and then Monday night, the real Monday night, the 5:15 game is Browns versus Steelers, which we all said that if Al said they're going to get their teeth knocked out, the Steelers, that means they're going to win. And the spread is 2.5, and the over under total is 38 and a half. But I did hear someone on the podcast say that Tomlin, that might have been Brad. Tomlin
It
might
was
have a
me.
losing season. Okay, someone had a losing season. Yeah.
And Tomlin has a crazy Monday night or primetime stat too.
Primetime dog stat.
Yeah. I think he's 19-3. Let me check it.
Yeah, they flashed that before.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
something.
Bobby,
Dude,
they flashed it on ESPN
some
like when he won.
something stupid like the Baltimore stat, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Clearly
It's like
over 10 for sure.
honestly, I was the first person to point it out to me, and I was like, "What?"
Which means they're gonna win. Just Owl doesn't want to say it because he's doing that, that thing. the conspiracy thing. Like whatever he says, it's gonna not go it goes the opposite way.
He's 41-21, second most wins on NFL in prime time as a coach.
Damn.
I wonder what he is on Monday night.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me see.
All right. Well, I know who I'm taking, and I know it's misery loves company, but I don't care. Fuck it.
Damn, he was 19-3 on Monday Night Football.
I mean,
Yeah,
is their
19-3.
quarterback even? Is their
He-
quarterback pretty good? Right? He's good in preseason. He was alright.
I get that guy sucks.
But what I'm saying is he has a little bit more experience. Tell me. It's Watson.
He didn't play that good either. Like
That's
they
what
like
I'm
He didn't.
saying. He had to
there's
have
a
that.
lot of teams out there that really got fucking lucky in their situation.
Honestly, it's hopes and dreams that he was sold, that he was selling last week because, he needed that win to like keep himself alive. I feel like the guy was gonna lose it. That makes me even want to take even more of the Steelers. We'll see. We'll see.
They lost their stud Hayward, he's out.
No.
And they lost someone else too. I think a tackle or no, it might have been some other team. No, that was the Browns.
We'll
Sorry.
see. It'll
Yeah, and they
definitely be an
lost.
under game. You
I
guys
think
think? Or
they
what?
lost Deontay Johnson too.
Oh yeah, they lost the receiver.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna stop talking about it before I talk myself really into it and put something big. But all right.
So basically, you're saying bet on Pitt and close your eyes because I kind of see that a little bit.
But then it's
I think I did.
38.5. So you want to like parlay like something in the
Wait a minute, it's the same line as last week, man.
That's
They're
what I'm
getting
saying.
good.
Yeah, that's what I'm
God.
saying.
You
It's
just
like,
gotta
what are
do
we
it.
doing? Okay. All right. Anyway, that's it for the games. We have obviously we get these lines and spreads totals from www.wagerattack.com. Use code SBQ. Thank you to Wager Attack for sponsoring our podcast. And also want to give a shout out to Goat Fuel. My son's high school team is going to get sponsored by them. So thank you, Jerry Rice and family. Shout out to Jada for getting that connected. And once again, it's Goat Fuel. And then shout out to Joe Toscano at Real Joe T. He's an Omaha native, one of my good friends. He has datagrade.com and also going to try and take care of MGM resorts and see if we can get them going again, huh? Which is pretty awesome. But
Put the
we'll
Superman cape on or what?
huh?
Put the Superman cape on.
Well, MGM was shut down, right? All the MGM websites, Aria, whatever, whoever's part of the MGM group, you couldn't book anything or any tickets or anything like that for like shows. So they were losing money like left and right. And I don't know if they're back on, but it was definitely like ransomware. So it definitely broke the internet, and Caesars Sportsbook made a lot more money than they did for the first time in a long time. We'll see. Other than that, you guys have any shout outs?
Shout out to Deion Sanders and the fucking Buffaloes. How about that? Beat
Oh, Rich would love that. I
the
think Rich
piss
told me that last time.
out of the Nebraskans. How about that one?
I know, poor Caleb can't even talk about it. Right?
Yep.
Oh man. What else? Bob, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to Tylenol for getting me all jacked up for these past 3 days because I've been getting my ass whooped. And then shout out to the San Francisco Giants for pulling through the dub today. That's about it.
Oh my god. Yeah, shout out to Bianca for pulling through, huh? With the cold.
Yeah,
Does she have a cold?
she has everything right now.
All right. So
She's snoring. I can hear her.
he said Rich said go Buffs. So that was his last thing.
Nice.
All right. I think that's it for us. We are going to have hopefully a fully packed show next time, and it won't be so late. So look for us again on the next episode of the Sports Bet Queen, Crooks and Books. Thanks for joining.